Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today we are going to see lens distortion workflow with PFTrack, Maya and Nuke. Actually this is part 2 of marker tracking and lens distortion workflow with PFTrack, Maya and Nuke. So in our part 1 I have undistorted this footage in PFTrack. So if you want you can check it. So this is original plate. After this I have undistorted our footage, then I have tracked with the help of marker tracking this shot. After this just I have camera solved. All these things just I have completed in our part 1. So please before starting this part watch my previous part, link I have given in descriptions. So now today we are going to see how we can export undistorted plate. After this we will create 3D geometry or scene in Maya, then we will export from Maya, and finally we will compose this shot in Nuke. So now today we are going to see complete lens distortion workflow with PFTrack, Maya and Nuke. So here you can see I have tracked shot. After this we have to export camera, and also we have export this undistorted plate. Okay, so then here I have added our export node. Then first we have to export our camera, then in format we have to select Maya, this one Autodesk Maya 2011. Then from here we have to select our folder where you want to save your this MA file. So now I am going to save this file in our pf_export folder. So this is our MA file name. So if you want you can change, otherwise by default it take from your footage name. Okay, then after this finally we have to click on save, then we have to click on export scene, then okay, export succeeded. Now finally just I am going to export these undistorted plate because we have to relink this undistorted plate in Maya. So here just we have to click in export clip options, we have to enable this one, and finally we have to export this undistorted footage. Now just click on export clip also. So now here you can see. So now before jumping in Maya, these two values important for Maya, which is frame rate which is 24 fps, and also our frame size which is 1610 by 1358. This is actually undistorted plate frame size. So now finally here I have exported our camera data, and also I have exported our undistorted plate. Now come in Maya. Now here in Maya first we have to check our scene frame rate, then click on file and just scene options. Okay, so here according to our PFTrack frame rate just you have to define on which frame rate you have track your shot. Okay, so 24 fps. Then just click on new, don't save. After this we have to open our MA file which we have generated from PFTrack. So you can click on file and just click on open scene, or you can direct drag and drop here. So here this file I have generated from PFTrack, so just simply select and just drag and drop here. So just click and just drag and drop MA file here. Now then minimize this one. Now you can see here. So these are our proxy geometry, and this is our camera which is animated, and these are our locators here. So now after that just simply click on window and outliner here. So you can see, so this is our scene group. Inside this you can see this is our camera, and these are our proxy geometry, and these are our just point groups here you can see. Okay, so now just simply select these proxy geometry and just delete it here because there is no need of proxy geometry here. So now just a little bit minimize this one and just click on panels and just come here in our camera view. So easily you can see here. So now you can see this is our camera view here. Okay, and these are our locator here. So just a little bit first save our scene here, then click on file, just click on save scene as, because we have to maintain our original file. So just give a name, whatever name you want you can give a name. Now simply click on save as. So now here if you will notice actually here this is actually distorted plate, so easily you can see. So your points or locator is not on perfect locations as in PFTrack, because here first we have to relink our undistorted footage or undistorted plate. Okay, so now first what we have to do, just we have to select our camera, this one, then just click here attribute editors, then from here in click here, then in image plane options, just from here we have to relink our undistorted footage or undistorted plate which you have exported from PFTrack. Okay, then just simply click here and just select your project folder. So here just you have to select your PFTrack project folder. Okay, So this is actually your pftrack project folder. Inside this, if you will see this exported folder, inside this you will get your undistorted plate. Now easily you can see. Then select first one and just simply click on open. After this, finally we have to click on use image sequence. This is important. Okay, now just click here. Now just a little bit click here and just play and check it here. So now you can see. So here easily you can see this is undistorted plate and all your locators are exact position as in pftrack. So easily you can see here. So till here, again just click on file and just click on save. After this we have to create a 3D scene according to this set, and here we have to create a pole, and here just we have to create a table. Okay, so now first how we can do all these things. So first just we will create a base plane. After this we will create a wall, then pole, then table, all these things. So everything just we have to create. So first just take a plane here. So just simply click on plane. So easily you can see this is our plane. Now just scale a little bit here. So and if you want you can switch off your grid, then just simply click here grid. So now first again just open our outliner here. So easily you can see this is our scene group, this one. So first what we have to do, if you want to orient your scene, then you can orient with the help of this scene group, and also if you want to scale your scene, then you can also scale with the help of this scene group. Okay, so how we can do all these things here. So for this, just a little bit come here in our perspective view. So easily you can see panels and just come here in perspective view. So you can see. Okay, so this is our actually scene group. So what we have to do, just a little bit press W here. So first we have to snap this scene group on top of this plane center point. Okay, so if you want you can, according to your requirement, you can define here subdivision, all these things here. So first, because according to this plane I will orient our scene. Okay, so just a little bit I have selected this one and just press V here and just snap this group just on top of this plane vertex, center vertex here. Okay, so now if I'll just a little bit come here in camera view. So if you will rotate your scene for orientation, so again just come here and just take a rotation tool. So according to this plane you can just rotate your scene. Okay, even from here you can also just orient your scene, whatever scene you want you can just orient. Okay, so this is actually totally depends on you how you are just orienting your scene, all these things here. Let me scale this plane. So maybe this one like this. If you want to little bit scale your scene, then also we have to select our this scene group, and if you want so uniformly just we have to type it value here, maybe 2.5 or maybe 3 or 10, and this is actually totally depends on your requirement. Okay, so this is not compulsory. Then with the help of this orientation just you can orient your scene according to this scene. So maybe a little bit, maybe Z value, control Z, this Y value, all these things. Then little bit scale this plane. So I have selected. Remember this one, while you are orienting your scene, do not rotate your plane. Okay, just only rotate or just orient your scene. Okay, so this is important. Now just press 4 here. So like this you can orient and match this scene orientation according to this scene. Okay, so just you have selected scene group and just take a rotate tool and just you have to match. So like this, if you want you can just orient your scene also in Maya. After this we have to just create this wall here. So remaining 3D scene setup you have to create according to your 3D knowledge, because I am not a 3D teacher, just I am a VFX teacher. Still I am creating 3D setup for you. Just I have selected this one. This is our actually locator. So usually you can see, and if this is not visible here, so usually you can see, and if you want you can also change your color. So just I have selected these locators and you can define it in our display layer. So just click and just double click and just define as a locator. So now just after this we have to create this wall. Then again take a plane and just a little bit type it here -90 and press W and just we have to snap it here. We have to snap here like this. After this we have to scale and just we have to match. And after this we have to create this wall, this side wall. Then if you want you can just select, I have selected, and edge all these things here, and then finally just simply click here extrude. So easily you can see all these things here. So now again little bit come here in our camera view. Now just press little bit 4 here. So like this, just we have to create our scene. Now finally just we have to create a pole. Remember this one? So how we can just create this pole? So again just come here in perspective. So just we have to take a cube here. After this just little bit scale according to your requirement. Then like this. Then finally we have to snap cube or pole on top of this vertex. Okay, because exact we have to place this pole, or you can say our cube, on top of this vertex. Okay, press W then V, like this we have to snap. After this we can just create this one. So you can compare, and just we have to adjust all these things here, scaling, and just we have to match. Okay, so like this we have to create a perfect scene. After this finally just also we have to create a table. So for this again just we have to take a cylinder and press W, then D and V, just snap this pivot point just little bit downside of this vertex, then press V and just snap it on just table point, which is our reference here, like this. Then we have to scale, then we have to match all these things. So like this we have to create our final scene. So easily you can see. Okay, so finally just we have to create a perfect scene according to our this scene. So now here finally I have created complete scene here. So easily you can see, and also I have added our these all objects in our this display layer. So easily you can see this is our pole, this one, this is our side wall, all these things. So easily you can see here, because so now you can see. Okay, so now after this just we have to render this scene for composting in new. So here if you will see in our this render layer, this one, so if you are not seeing here because I am using Maya 2020, remember this one, this is not showing here, then you can use our original render setup which is available in 2020. But if you want to add our render layer here, then you can also add with the help of preferences. So how you can add here? Then simply just click on window, then just click on preferences, then downside if you will see this rendering, this one, then from here you can see by default actually in 2020 it's showing render setup, so it will not show here this render layer option, but I have switched here legacy render layers. Okay, so it will show here like this. So easily we can add our render layer, because we have to render all our these in separate layers, or you can also render these elements in a single layer. So now you can see this is our master layer. Then first, so I have selected this plane, just simply click here and just define it here. So maybe just double click here, so base plane you can say, so any name you can give. Then again select master layer, then select this wall layer and just click on this one and just give a name. So easily you can, now you can see this is our actually master layer. So before rendering, remember this one, I have also applied here checker material, or you can say shader, which is required for composting. Okay, if I will press 6, so easily you can see. So on our all objects just I have applied checker material, so easily you can see, and also easily you can apply. So you can see here. So now again press 4 here. So now finally just I am going to render this scene. So again just click on here render settings. So first here whatever render you want you can use. So here I am using our Maya software, and if you want you can use any your render engine. Okay, so now after this just we have to click here image format. So here just I am going to export in our this TIFF format. Then in extension we have to select name.hash.extension, then padding 4, this is sufficient. Then this is our range, so which start from 0 and it will go till 313 frames. So just here we have to define 0 313 frame according to your timeline, you have to define it here. Then after this from here we have to select our camera, whatever camera you have select, and if there is any perspective option you have to cancel. Then in format or resolution, this is most important things. So here we have to render our this scene according to our undistorted footage size or frame size. Remember this one. Okay, so if you have any confusion you can check this thing in pftrack. So now here in pftrack if you have confusion you can check which is our undistorted plate frame size, which is 1610 and 1358, and also pixel aspect ratio which is 1.5. okay, So these values just we have to define it here. So again 16, 10, 1358, then pixel aspect ratio which is 1.5. okay, so this is most important things, okay, because we have to export these scene according to our undistorted plate. Okay, so now finally just click here close. So now if you want to just a little bit check it here, then just little come here in and just click on film gate and just click on view and just click on resolution gate. So easily you can see here, notice here. Okay, so now finally just I am going to ready for export. Before rendering, one more important thing, which is most important thing, we have to just hide our this image plane, because we have to render this geometry only. So this is most important things, because if you will render now, then this will also come. So just we have to hide our this image plane. So how we can do all these things before rendering? Then click on camera, then again come here and just in image plane options, just we have to click in display mode and just we have to select none. Now after this we have to render this scene. Finally just I am going to click here rendering, then finally just we have to click on render, then finally just we have to click on batch render. So now downside if you will see, so now you can see your render has started. After this you have to check your Maya project folder or you have to check your Maya default folder. Okay, so after finishing your render, just we will continue in Nuke. So now here in Nuke, first we have to import our original footage. So now here you can see this is our original footage here. So first just we have to little bit correct our aspect ratio here, then double click here and in format just simply downside click on edit, and from here just give a name, then downside here we have to define our pixel aspect ratio, okay, which is 1.5. then just simply click on OK here. So now here you can see I have corrected our pixel aspect ratio here. So now after this we have to import our 3D element which we have exported from Maya. So now these elements just I have rendered from Maya. So just select all these here and just import it here like this and just select this one and just delete. So all these elements, so easily you can see this is our base and this is a wall, this is pole and this is table here. So now first we have to merge all these elements, select over this one and press 1 here. So also just we have to correct aspect ratio, pixel aspect ratio for this, okay, which is 1.5. remember this one. Okay, so again just double click here, so just again click on edit and just give a name, so 3D update, so any name you can give. Okay, and most importantly which is pixel aspect ratio, because frame size it will automatically take, just type 1.5. so now finally you will see this is our ground plane and this is wall. All these just already taken same aspect ratio according to our this one. Now just we have to merge all these elements. So easily you can see, now see this is our scene which we have just created from Maya. So easily you can see, and a little bit adjust some blur all these things here. So maybe this is, I think you can see here. So this is our pole here, easily you can see. So now if you will see here, this is our original footage. Okay, so this is actually our distorted plate, original plate, and which you have created scene or you have exported this scene, this is undistorted. So how we can combine all these things here, because finally we have to apply this distortion on top of our final composition. Okay, so this is important. So first what we have to do, just this our final scene we have to redistort, then we have to compose this scene. So this will be our final output. So how we can redistort? So here we need a ST map which we will create from pftrack. Okay, because I have undistorted this shot in pftrack. So how we can export ST map pftrack? So now again come here in pftrack. So from here we have to export our ST map. Okay, then you will see here distortion export. Okay, so just click here and from here just we have to export our ST map. Okay, so easily you can just click here and we have to export. Then you can see downside export ST map. So if you will click on export ST map, so this will store your ST map in your project folder. Okay, so remember this one. So you can see undistort and redistort, all these values it will store. So now again just click here export ST map. So now you can see here. So here I have exported our htmaps. Now again come here in Nuke. So now here in Nuke, just we have to import our htmaps here. Then again click on read node and just select all your htmaps. So these two just htmaps I have created from pftrack. So you can import both, but we need here redistort this one. Okay. So because we have to apply our distortion here, so just we have to select this one and just simply click here, open here. So now you can see, just press 1 here, so usually you can see. So this is our actually htmap. Okay. So now how we can apply this htmap here? So with the help of our htmap, then press tab button and just type htmap here. So this one, so this final output will be our source, and this htmap which we have generated from pftrack, this will be our htmap. So just click here. So now before applying htmap here, one more important things here, we have to also correct our htmap aspect ratio. Okay. So here just I have selected and press 1 here, double click here. So you can see this is 1280 1080 according to our footage side. Okay. So we have to correct our aspect ratio, which is 1.5. So just we have to take a reformat node here. So then press tab, just type reformat and just connect it here. Then double click here in reformat and just we have to select our this updated according to our footage frame size. Remember this one. Okay. So just I have selected here. Then finally if you will check here, press 1 here, then double click here in reformat. Then after this we have to in resize type we have to select distort. This is most important things. Okay. So after reformatting your, after selecting your size in resize type, you have to select distort. This is important. Okay. Now finally if you will check this one htmap, just select this one and press 1 here, double click here. Then here if you will see, I think there is no any distortion value, because in htmap we have to select in UV channels RGB. This is important. So now here you can see. So now till here I have again reapply our distortion value on top of our this scene, whatever you have exported from Maya. Okay. Now finally just I am going to compose our this shot. Okay. So you can see this is our original shot. So now just little bit I am going to just remove our this chroma. So just I have already removed here. So usually you can see this is our setup here. So just simply connect it here. So now this is our foreground and just connect it here, and now you can see. So just I have removed here. Now finally in this compositing, just select this one and press 1 here and just take a merge node, press M. This will be our background and this will be our foreground here. So now you can see, now select this one and press 1 here. So you can see this is our final compositing here. So now just play and check here a little bit. I think this is looking good here. So suppose if you want to little bit compare here this one with this one, then you can also compare. So just a little bit I am going to create a compare node here. So again take a merge node and double click in merge node, and with the help of mix value if you want you can compare. So just like this you can see. Okay. So this is looking good here. So now you can see this is our pole. According to this I have just apply our distortion value on top of our this 3D pole here. So easily you can see. Okay. So if you want you can also compare like this. Okay. So easily you can see. So if you want you can compare. So everything is looking good here. So easily you can see all these things here, and this is our final compositing. Okay. So now you can see all these things are here. This object just sitting on our this 3D table here. So usually you can see remaining thing you can create according to your requirement. A little bit play and check here. So now press H and just play and check here. So now just little bit stop it here. Now check this one here. So easily you can see. Now just play and check here. So you can see. So this is looking good here. So finally this is complete lens distortion workflow with pftrack, Maya and Nuke. So if you like this video, please watch, share, comment and subscribe my channel if you are still not subscribed my channel.